Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today on this Silver Run Forest map. Indeed, Farm Sim 22. So last time around, we borrowed one metric crap ton of money from the bank. And we put in a metal furnace, I believe it's called. So yeah, just a smeltery sort of arrangement for our ore deposits. So we can make metal out of it. So we can give the metal to that place, the boathouse. But I'd be thinking, since we've got that taken care of, I've got the equipment up there. That was a trip. You guys are glad you got to stay home for that one. I've got the kit up at the mine to do the mining. But I've been thinking, we could really use a little more arable land. And, well, this is kind of it, isn't it? So, let's do this, and can we afford it? It's 50k. Yes. Okay. This is ours. We need to plow it. But, before we do that, here we are. This is as far up the hill as I could get. We bought wheel loader, the big Volvo. Well, not the big one, the second big Volvo wheel loader, the 181 or whatever it is. And I got down to about 6k on this part of the hill. And realized the loader was actually starting to slide down the trailer. The angle was that much. But the nice part is the loader just zoomed up the hill. It didn't have any issues with power at all. So here we are. We've got our truck and trailer combo. That's a pretty old Mac in it. And we've got the Volvathon. Indeed, a 5,000 liter high-tip bucket of goodness. And, does a dang good job, too, let me tell you what. Look at that thing. That lifts that 5,000 liters over his head like he was nothing. And because it's a high-tip, you can just do that. Woof. And down it goes. And at 5,000 liters a pop, now, the 10,000 liter bucket won't fit on this one. It only fits the next model up. But the next model up is 60 grand more than this one. So, I don't know. I looked at it, and yeah, it was a choice of we could either invest by buying that field, or, you know, cut our load time down on this. So, I don't know. I think this is okay. This is a 60,000, I believe, 60,000 liter trailer. So it should take about 12 loads to completely fill it. Now, I've already got a half a dozen in here, so we won't be here too long. But it works really well. I don't know why this thing quacks like a duck when it backs up, but okay, I guess it's less annoying than the dee-dee-dee thing I was expecting. But yeah, it kind of quacks like a duck, man. Yeah, really nice system for doing this job. And at 60k, that's a pretty healthy load we'll be pulling out of here. Hopefully, the metal refinery thing doesn't take, you know, the sort of time that it seems the greenhouse takes to grow lettuce. Because that would really slow our roll a lot, man. It is, by the way, although this will be going up on the 27th. It is actually Christmas Day today, so, woohoo. Me and the kitties are having a nice quiet day at home. I was just having a play with them. One of them prefers the ribbon wand toy, Miss Dixie. Well, multi-ribbon wand toy. And the other one, Mr. Dexter, much prefers the feather wand toy. So, got to have a play with both of them. Because you gotta spend time playing with your cats. It's what cats do. They sleep, they play, they eat, they make poop. Yep, that's a cat. Dogs tend to be a little more multifaceted, but, you know, that ain't everything. Dogs are also high maintenance. So, I wasn't sure we were going to get this video made here this morning. It is actually 8:20 in the morning. The sun, if you can call it that, has finally come up. But, yeah, I turned the
I'm not sure about that.
No idea. Yeah, I turned the PC on this morning, and it was great. It showed the BIOS thing go by, and blah, 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 and then it went to load into Windows, and it briefly did, and then the screen went blank. And an error message came up from my video driver once again, saying that the AMD blah 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 driver would not working and could not detect the card, timed out. So Windows has loaded a driver. You are now in video safe mode. Please restart the computer. And, well, you don't have access to this land? What? What the heck are you talking about? Everybody has access to this land, dude. Is that your way of telling me the truck is full? I don't know. Never seen that come up on this particular action before. It is 60,000 liters. Look at that. Alright. Brand new freaking trailer, and there's a tear in the cloth. I can't get up there. Look at that. Ah! Yeah, brand new. Alright, let's put Fred away. There you go. We'll take the pressure off the hydraulics, so that we don't come here to burst hoses. Man, we put a dent in that pile, eh? We'll have to let her build back up. Now, I can't get out of here until I gets me tractor out of the way. So yeah, I had to I restarted, and then it came up, and I had no picture at all. That wasn't encouraging, let me tell you. And actually, that wasn't this morning, that was yesterday morning. Because I spent about 4 or 5 hours yesterday. This morning I had issues as well, but not as bad. Yeah, I spent about 4 or 5 hours yesterday, hoping I could get things running again. And I did manage to, by going into Windows through safe mode, I managed to go and reinstall the Adrenaline, because I have it on a flash drive. So I managed to get the flash drive to boot up and reinstalled the Adrenaline drivers. And it got my video signal back after a restart where it said it couldn't find a card, and then it actually found it and installed the drivers. So Yeah, it was kind of touchy and goey. And then it ran well all day yesterday. I even managed to record an episode of Colony Survivor and put that up on YouTube for today or yesterday or whenever the heck it's going to air. Yeah, coming up the other side of this hill, we were getting between 7 and 10 kilometer an hour. It was a struggle. That thing is heavy. But, so yeah, it kind of puddled along for the rest of the day. A couple of times the screen flicked black and back on. And once the adrenaline driver warning came up saying that the video card driver had timed out. And I guess that's what caused the flick of the screen going black and back on. Now, luckily enough, I was playing Colony Survivor. I wasn't in the middle of, like, you know, Forza Horizon or something coming up to a big corner. But, yeah. And then this morning, when I turned the PC on, it did the same thing. Came up with the video driver timed out, and then the picture came back on, and then it went back off, and I got the error message that Windows had loaded the driver because the AMD driver was no longer valid, and yeah, so poor old video card, man. I've chased things all over the internet looking for what's going on with it, etc. And as I eliminate each thing, it does more and more point to the fact that my video card itself is having issues. So, good news is, I have actually ordered a new video card. The bad news is, I'm going to be paying for it for a year. And it's struggle enough to pay for things now, but now I've got to come up with an extra $45 a month. But I got a Radeon 6650 XT, a Power Color Hellhound, which, nicely enough, and flukily enough, it was the only, other than, what the heck are they, 1650s or 1660s or whatever the heck they are, 4 gig cards, which I did not want. I mean, my 590 is an 8 gig. It may be only DDR5, not 6 like the new cards, but, you know, I didn't want to cut to half the video RAM. That didn't seem to be a way to make improvements. Why am I going around? So yeah, I've ordered it. It should be here, first or second week of January, and then, like I said, I'm gonna have to be paying for the damn thing for a year. So, yeah. Once the Christmas and New Year's season is over, if you hear me asking for PayPal contributions, you'll know why. Yeah. Alright. We got here with our trailer. Woof. Let's, here we are. Oh man, we can tell we got some weight on here, let me tell you. Indeed. Look at the Mac rolling through the gears, eh? 9. Wow. All the way up to 10th just to get her to the gate. This is gonna be a load. Let's get in here where we can stare at that gorgeous golden bulldog's butt. So yeah, I both look forward to and dread the new video card. I look forward to I looked at a bunch of benchmarking that have been done, comparing the Radeon RX 590 to the current card that I'm getting, and the 6650. about twice the performance of my old RX. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I said, what I'm not looking forward to is having to come up with the monthly payments. Oof. Alright, let's hope this thing can haul up this hill. Oh, come on. We'll put that extra axle down. Well, I'll tell you, it's making this hill faster than the tractor was making her with the Volvo. Oh man, front wheels aren't touching. Hoo hoo hoo. See that? I'm trying to corner, but the front wheels are actually not touching the ground. Wow. That's a little scary. Go around me, man, because I got a lot of hill left. Man, just constantly punching up and down the gears, trying to get enough to keep her going, eh? Down to 8th now, starting to pick up a bit of speed into 9th. Still accelerating, nice. I mean, that's a lot of weight. I think that's the biggest load I've run in a number of maps. There we go. Now we're starting to get some speed up. I figured the map could haul this trailer. I'm sure it'll be fine once we get out on the highway. Now we are, okay, now we're starting to, at a point where I gotta back off the throttle a bit or we'll kill ourselves. We are still doing alright for money, but now that we have the auto-load wood trailer, we should be able to improve that a lot quicker, because we can take on contracts that actually pay something. I mean, the rock contracts and the dead tree contracts, they're kind of a hoot. I enjoy doing them. But you sure as heck don't make much money, do you? You know? A couple of grand, maybe $3,000 on a really high-end one. And you do work for it. Mainly in wandering around lost looking for the next tree or rock, but yeah, you do. Alright, so we gotta take this to our new factory. And what we don't use at the boathouse, luckily enough, does have a pretty darn good real-world value. So, again, as I said, what's gonna really depend here? Okay, I should have... Yeah. I should have taken that other corner. So once we'll... It all depends on the refinery speed. Let's face it. That's gonna be our... either saving grace or our nemesis. Where the heck is it? There it is. Oh man, talk about your pop-in. I was thinking for a moment maybe the save hadn't kept it and we were gonna have to buy another one. Good luck doing that with $24,000. It was a $180,000 factory. Alright, there we are. Well, you don't have a lot of choice. You're pretty much going to be backing her in, eh? Alright. See exactly what that's going to take. Whoa. There we go. It says it's ready. Let's do this. No active production. Alright, where is the little thing that makes it go? There it is. What you got, man? Metal. Activate. There you go. And yeah, you just store it right there. 416 ore makes 380 metal. Okay. 24 cycles a month. Production cost per month 120. That's okay. Okay. Alright. Now. Do. Okay. I wonder where I've been leaving my weights laying around. No idea. No idea at all. But I need it because the front end of the tractor is coming right off the ground. Ah! I can't steer. I guess going over the railroad tracks bounced the front end up in the air. It didn't settle in time for me to steer. Whoops. Alright, I think it must be up here. There we go. Yeah, uphill's always good when you've got too much weight in the back. As we learned, hauling 60,000 liter of iron ore up a steep hill. There it is. I thought that's where it was. Uh-oh. Whew, just. Because this plow doesn't fit in there, that's why I have to leave it outside all over the place. There we are. Now we've got some steerable front end. Yes, lovely. There goes the train. So we got a little bit of wood there we can take to our mill. Stay over to the edge here. I don't imagine that you could buff out the marks that this would make if it hit your car. Know what I mean? Yeah, it's a darn good thing that Amazon does offer payment programs on random items at random times. 'Cause it sure came in handy this time. Now, so I imagine that I should leave some kind of headroom. Oh. Yeah, we probably wanted this thing to work. There we go. So we'll leave a bit of a border along the back here. And we can even it up when we come by on the vertical passes, because, yeah, we're out by quite a bit here. So... yeah, it looks a little closer. No, we're curtain in a bit now. Come on. I was watching, I think, Old Man when he tried this map out when it first came out. And the fences were clippable. Or at least his equipment was clipping through them. So I kind of hoped we'd get the same thing here. Not for this back fence. But yeah, we definitely... definitely not clippable there. Alright, that's a better back border. I'm happy with that. So now... Yeah, see, we're not clippable. I can feel it rubbing on the fence. Come on. Come away from it a bit. Ah. There we go. We can get close, but like I said, that's not clippable by this thing, at least not the plow. Okay. The train, boss, the train. Alright. Let's get a good line along the road. It's not going to be a huge field, but like I said, considering that there is almost next to nothing in land that's just nice to farm on, and we are going to use the magic science box. But we need to get this done because starting tomorrow is the new planting season. Because September we can put our grains in, so we can do a field of wheat or oats or whatever, and a field of barley for the chickens. Because yeah, I'm going to feed my chickens barley. I think that'll work out well for us. It's a fairly economical crop. We get a decent enough yield, a better yield than wheat. And we get all that nice straw. At least I think it does a better yield than wheat. If not, they're really close. And I'm pretty sure we get more straw. So. Which, true enough, we don't have a huge use for. But anything we can't use, we can turn into money. And we all know how handy money gets. So we will get this done. Let me have a look here for a moment. Okay, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. 4,600. You still got 4,400. It's showing red, but that's only because that's got such a big silo. It's got more than most of the others that are in the black, so. Okay. Just making sure. We've got a lot invested into our critters. So. And yeah, I know I'm overlapping a lot. I'm just trying to keep a fairly straight line here to the end. And unfortunately, this is not something I can turn over to a hired worker. Because, well, You know as well as I do, if you had the ability to create land turned on and stuck a hired worker behind the wheel, you'd basically run a plowed strip from here to that mountain in the distance, and it wouldn't be until he finally slammed into the cliff wall that he would either change direction or stop. And as that would permanently destroy the map, I don't think we're going to do that. I mean, they pretty much wrecked our last map as it was. Boy, I'll tell you, watch an old man do this. He was using a 30-meter plow. And, went pretty quick. Horrible plow, though. The thing drifts sideways all over the place. So yeah, you couldn't cut a straight line with it if your life depended on it. Not that I do such a great job with this little guy, but... oh my. Alright, we're gonna have to, do an emergency stop here at the end of this row and drop our plow for a minute. We are not only pretty much de-maintenanced. I think I'll take the plow with us because it might need maintaining as well. That might be a part of that. But our maintenance is low. Our fuel is just about history. So let's lift it up. Let's take it off of plow fields. Yeah, this is actually going to be quicker. Let's do this. So yeah, I only bought my RX 590 4 years ago. I bought it in 2018, so almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years here in another week or so. And that may not seem like a great lifetime for a card, but in that amount of time, I've used it to render 5 years. That would be about 4,000 videos, 5,000. Yeah. Let's do the maintenance first. Okay, let's go with the chisel plow. Let's repair it. Yes, awesome. Let's check out the weight. Doesn't need repairs. Ooh, yeah, the tractor, $5,200. Wow. Wow. So, guess I've been neglecting the maintenance on it a little bit. Now, ooh. Don't try this at home, kiddies. There we go. Yeah, that $24,000 ain't looking so $24,000 anymore, is it? Woo! Yeah, $365 for fuel, $5,000 in repairs. Yeah, that's what happens when you take a break from plowing. Alright, let's go get back at her. Whew! Man. Well, let's make those municipal taxes pay for something. There we go. Just for you, Sooty. I know you've been having issues with one of the signs on your map. And of course, big shout out to City farmer. There's a link to his channel in the description down below, as well as links to Old Man 102 and Glider Cat and quite a few other really, in my humble opinion, deserving YouTubers and friends of the channel, etc. Alright, let's turn the Make My Field back on and let's get back at it. Does it go any quicker? No. Do I feel like I just wasted $5,000? No. No, not really. This is just one of those things, we gotta do this. There we go. Sneak a quick sip of relatively cold coffee. Hasn't quite reached that absolute disgust level yet, so let's still drink them. Yeah, I go through a lot of coffee in this house, but I'm pretty sure that somewhere between 40 and 60% of it just ends up getting dumped. I'm really fussy with coffee. I like strong coffee. I don't like it to be kind of cooked on the heater. In other words, as soon as it's finished being made, that's when I drink it. And if it's been sitting on the heating element for more than about 15 minutes, I won't drink it. So I make 1 cup at a time. And if it gets cold, I don't like to drink it either. So, yeah. All of the creamer and sugar I use is pretty much... doesn't actually count to my normal intake. It's silly. Not that I can afford to be wasteful, but in a way it's probably a good thing. Because if I did actually drink all the coffee and creamer and sugar that I use, it'd probably be too much. And this is just cutting in and in and in and in. Well, I think to relieve the boredom, I'll drive to the other side of the field and do a row or two there. Just to, break things up. Now, you'll notice there's no rocks. That's very much on purpose. Very much on purpose indeed. I guess this will be a reasonable size field. But luckily, our crop production is not our money maker. Not that anything at this point is our money maker, but we're not going to have to rely on our fields for the money. We should be able to make enough, well, I guess basically between mining and logging. Again, dependent entirely on the output of that factory. And I'm not sure how it does output, if the metal is put out in crates or as a loose commodity to be picked up in a vehicle. I don't know. No idea. I do think, though, we are probably pretty much at the end of the episode. So, I think what I'm going to do, let's just run over here and see if it started processing. I know it's only been, whatever, 20 minutes since we dumped it in there, and as things are running on real time, we could only expect minimal. But I do like to know that they are actually processing. I do see smoke coming out of the stack. That's got to be a good sign. Here we go. We have 21 liters of metal, so it is working. Alright. Good to know. There you be, guys. As I said, I think I'm going to call the episode there. I will finish plowing this field, and then, like I said, we are going to science it, because, well, we want to get the peak if we can. Whatever we put down on here. So, thanks for joining me here today. As I said, it is actually Christmas Day here in beautiful Paw River. So, hope yours is as good as mine's going to be. Actually, I hope yours is way better than mine's going to be. Till next time, take care of each other, folks. Please hit that like button. It really helps out. And ciao for now.